No one's taking anybody's comment as approving it either. Lydia Powers, Max Davis, and then Donald Quince. Ms. Powers?
Hello. I would like some of my fellow people from iBooks, if I'm from Internationalist Books and Community Center. If I'm talking too fast, if they just do this, give me a little reminder, slow down. I'm a real nervous speaker.
We have fast ears, though, Ms. Powers. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right. So, okay, thank you. Okay, so wow, okay. Chapel Hill would like to present itself as a liberal and progressive haven free of racism. But if you look at the numbers, they don't reflect this at all. The African American population has dropped from 52% in 1965 to 9.5 in 2010. So why are so many black people leaving town? Beneath the roof of civility and plurality presented to us by the town council, a war has been waged against the black workers in our town. It is not just about housing getting a little too expensive or jobs disappearing. It's a direct and conscious effort to whiten Chapel Hill with massive luxury developments and proactive police harassment of black communities. I'm just going to give you one extreme example of this. In 1994, the police launched a raid in the North Side neighborhood, a historically black and working class area of Chapel Hill. I myself am working class and I live there now. This was called Operation Ready Rock, and it is one of the grossest misuses of police power in this country. The police received a blanketed warrant allowing them to search every person and vehicle on the 100 block of Graham Street. The warrant itself states, "We believe that there are no innocent people at this place, only drug sellers and drug buyers on the described premises." 45 heavily armed commandos from state and local law enforcement agencies sealed off all of Graham Street and made what the police described as a dynamic entrance into a pool hall by smashing in the front door and holding the occupants at gunpoint. There was an older gentleman in the pool hall at the time who had actually, unfortunately, from fear, urinated on himself, and the police continued to scream at him. Anyways, sorry, this is a little upsetting. Okay. Whites were allowed to leave the area, and on the street, police selectively searched African Americans. Even though over 100 people were subjected to this, the police could only get 2 minor possession charges, one of marijuana and one of amphetamine. So clearly the drug dealing was simply an excuse. While this incident is one of more obvious use of police to enforce white supremacy and terrorize lower-income black populations, it is just one incident of the systematic harassment that has driven people from the last remaining affordable neighborhoods in Chapel Hill, where many of the town's public workers come from, Mr. Clyde Clark among many. At first, this seems crazy. What benefit would there be to drive out working-class black people from Chapel Hill? Oh yeah, Greenbridge. Greenbridge now looms over the street where Operation Ready Rock actually took place, literally in that area. Of course, so it's clear that the reason to drive out black workers is so that rich people could come in and take the land for themselves. Of course, alongside the attack on black workers through police harassment and gentrification lies the town government's active denial that any such racism could possibly occur, to the extent that when black people point out systematic racism in Chapel Hill and unsafe working conditions as Clyde and Reverend Carey have done, what's the town's officials' reaction? Is it to address their grievances? To create a committee to investigate racism? Fire the people responsible? No. It's to label Clyde and Carey as insubordinate and those who object as uncivil. I think what's going on here is clear. Harassment and firing of black workers is normal in Chapel Hill. Identifying and acknowledging racism is seen as an aberration, uncivil, and insubordinate. And it seems as though the town council wants to keep it that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Powers.